Okay, we've been talking about assessment. I would like to have a look at possible resources, extra things you can do to prepare Year 4 students, or, I don't know, any secondary students anyway, okay? The link, if you want to have a look, we were talking about, you know, that one of the problems might be that students just write automatically, they start writing, and that's it. Okay, so maybe you can start with that. This strategy, this is one of these American strategies, they call it 7-minute writes. So the teacher gives them 7 minutes to write something about a topic, so they just write. And then they give it to a partner. Then the partner has to give them feedback, okay? But probably this feedback may have to be related to, okay, you've written without considering anything. Now, let's make it into a more organized text, or let's change this. Or so the process of editing a text, which is something that they need to do. I don't know, that's just a strategy. Okay, if you want to practice, you know, creative writing, there are lots of websites that give you writing prompts, and I really like them. I just selected some of these. For example, this one. Okay,
You have 1 month to make a new fashion trend go viral. What's the fashion trend, and what is your plan for making it happen?
Okay. So these writing prompts are based on the American Common Core standards and whatever, but we can use them as well. Okay. So they tend to be creative. They tend to be something that makes them think. Okay. Will it be part of the exam? That one, I don't know, but at least they would have to be writing, they would have to be planning and compensating and preparing, etc. And it might make writing more interesting, because sometimes when you say, oh, come on, you have to write about, so boring. So maybe they have to write about something more creative. It might attract them a bit more. You have different doors. You have the door to Narnia, 221B Baker Street, Hogwarts, the TARDIS. So which door would you like to step through, and why? What happens when you step through that door? If you're teaching literacy as well, yeah. But anyway, whatever you're teaching, that might be okay. That's a very philosophical question. Okay, 1 second, you read it for us.
Which do you think will do more for the long-term good of humanity? Everyone on the planet speaking the same language, or everyone on the planet having enough food to eat?
You have to think about it. But anyway, you would have to argue. So in terms of an argumentative essay or whatever, yeah, that's this kind of. Or for example, it's just a photograph, but again, it gives you food for thought. That's a good one. They go on a blind date. Come on, tell the story. The owners go on a blind date. So imagine from what you have in their fridges, imagine the kind of people they are. Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, creative writing.
How is your fridge?
Yeah. That might be okay for an exam. I could just hand up. Digital life is fake. It's a very good thinking point, isn't it? Okay, and so they give them ideas. Or for example, for a speaking test, it might be okay. What our parents don't know about our online lives. Yes, that's related to. Oh, come on, silly one. Tell the story of Halloween from the perspective of a piece of candy. There's another one. Tell a football match from a perspective of the helmet. So, I don't know, just put yourself in a different position. So, some of the links to writing prompts. I've taken all of these from the first one, but you have some others. And they tend to update them daily. So if you don't like them, you have every day, you have a different one. So you have lots of them to choose from. Okay? Okay, and then probably you know them. Probably your students might say, okay, or is my level B1? I'm going to take a B1 exam or a B2 or whatever. Okay, can I write at B1 level, actually, objectively, or less objectively, okay? So I'm just suggesting a couple of websites they can use. And you know, these are computers, so, okay, take it with a bit of with a bit of pinch anyway, with a pinch of salt. Anyway, the first one is more reliable because it's been done by scientists and linguists and whatever, and you probably know it. It started some 20 years ago or something when the Common European Framework first started, which is called DIALANG or something. Now it's, well, for some time now, it's been online, so you don't have to download anything. Basically what you do, you choose the language you want to assess your competence in, and then you can assess your listening comprehension, your writing, your reading, your vocabulary, and something else. Your grammar, I think, your grammar and your vocabulary. First you need to do a sort of placement test, and they give you lots of words, and you have to decide whether these words exist or don't exist, based on your experience with the language. So they can say, okay, so I'm going to pitch your questions at B1 level or at B2 or whatever, and then you self-assess your writing, and you decide, can I do this? Can I do that? Okay, so the self-assessment, that's the first thing. Then you have different lots of questions. They don't have to write, okay? They give them pieces of text, and they're assessing either their accuracy or their textual competence or whatever. So for example, some of them may have mistakes, so find the mistake, okay? That's the same. Find the mistake, but not choose from these four, but no, find the mistake and write where the mistake is. Some others, try and find the right word or the right expression for these particular. With a dictionary definition, write a word that fits this gap. So I'm giving you the definition, try and find this particular word. You have some examples with collocations, linking words. You have these three linking words. Where would you place them in this particular text? For example, this one, this is a letter, so how would you start the letter in this particular context? And then at the end, you can have immediate feedback. So for each question, they can tell you whether you got it right or wrong. But then at the end, you have a look. So this is testing your accuracy, your linguistic accuracy, then your appropriacy, as they call it, and then textual organization. This person was not very good at textual organization, apparently. Okay.
Because it's not the same.
Yeah, it's different.
Obviously.
Yeah. Write and Improve is Cambridge's artificial intelligence. And I don't know if you've heard of, they have the typical exams, you know, PET, first proficiency, whatever. They also have another one called LinguaSkill, which is, you know, being advertised now. Universities are accepting it now. And this is how writing is assessed. So a human person is not reading the writing tasks on LinguaSkill. Artificial intelligence is reading that writing and telling you the level. I don't know. Okay? Okay, it might be okay because it suggests different tasks at different levels. So you have some tasks for basic levels, for intermediate, for advanced. So as ideas for tasks might be okay. Students can type what they want to type. They tell them 120 words on this, blah, 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 whatever. And then, once they have submitted, they tell them their level. Okay, according to their parameter or whatever. This one is one of the writing tasks you've been doing. Yes, and apparently it's A2, according to Write and Improve. Okay. A funny thing about Write and Improve is that even if you don't write about what they say, they will tell you, did you write about the question, 5 is best? No, obviously no. They notice that you're not writing about that. However, they have a look at the language and they say, this is around A2. Is it reliable? I don't know. I don't know. Whatever, just for you to know that it's there, that it's the future, and that...
The feedback you get